our people-powered movement. If you haven't already filled out this survey, you see right here on this screen and on those side screens right there, please do so now. There is a short meet and greet section at the end of that survey. I'm going to give you another few minutes. It's going to be 5 minutes. If you haven't already done it, please go ahead and fill out this survey. And really, the reason why we're asking you to fill this out is to give us a little bit more insight that we can use as we continue to outline our strategy for the rest of the year into the general elections. So please scan phones. As of right now, let's see, we are seeing 89 responses. So it looks like a good majority of you have already done it. If you haven't, you have a few minutes right now to do so. And I am starting a timer right now. We have 3 minutes. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for submitting your surveys. We do have 117 submissions already, so thank you. I want to share with you all a few of the insights. So one of the nice things about Google Forms is it gives you little charts on the back end. So wanted to share with you, first of all, the main issues that the people here in this room care about. We are seeing here that a majority of the folks, quality healthcare and reproductive rights were at the top of the list. Also, voting rights and fair elections. Next, we have gun reform and public safety. And the economy, good jobs, and workers' rights. Education, student loan relief was the next one. So those are some of the main ones. But of course, there's quite a few of other issues that we all care about. Next, it looks like almost 60% of the folks here are a part of either a allied organization or a club. So I want to give a big shout out to our clubs and our allied organizations. Now, we asked you guys what demographic you'd like to see the Dallas County Democratic Party to target to maximize our voter turnout. And what I'm seeing here is that most of the folks are looking for more youth outreach, Latino outreach, South Dallas, and yeah, I'm excited to say that Chris is going to share with you guys some of the ways, and those demographics I just called out are part of our strategy that we're going to share with you tonight. And then the last bit that I wanted to share with you is, so we asked you how you want to volunteer with us. One of the main reasons we have you here is, yes, we want to share with you what our plans are for this year, but we need you to help us. We need volunteers. So I'm happy to see that a majority of you guys are open to doing block walking. And the next up was letters and postcards. So there will be opportunities for you to sign up a little bit later on this evening for block walking opportunities. And if you want to help us with postcards, letter writing, that sort of thing, we have that available for you as well. So with that said, I'm going to transition. We're going to watch a short video by one of our favorite Democrats, President Barack Obama. And from there, you will hear from our party chair, Kardal Coleman. Thank you.
I heard somebody say, let's do it. Speaking of Dallas County Democrats, how y'all doing? Allies, how y'all doing? Clubs, how y'all doing? Good, good, good. Well, my name is Kardal Coleman. I have the pleasure of serving as your chair of the Dallas County Democratic Party. It's so good to see so many friendly faces, but a lot of new faces here in the room tonight. A lot of new faces. If this is your first time coming to a DCDP event, will you please just wave your hand really quickly? Welcome. Welcome. Hopefully this won't be your last. We're going to stay in contact with you. All right. So it's an honor to welcome you to our 2024 strategy launch. A lot of you got messages and calls and said, what exactly is this event about? Right? I believe President Obama just spoke to it so beautifully. Our party is getting back to community-based organizing. Come on, give it up for that. Community-based organizing, issue-based organizing. So tonight our journey kicks off because progress starts here. That's a mantra that we've adopted as our county party. That progress starts here. If you don't know where to plug in, if you don't know where to engage, if you're looking for information, if you want to know how do I block walk, where do I sign up, what do I do, anything, you can always call the county party because progress starts here, specifically here in Dallas County. Now, each of you are purposely fueling the flames of change. So picture this room as just not another political gathering. There are political gatherings that happen all the time, but this isn't that. This is a space where change makers unite. And hopefully you all will join me in making change this year. So we want you to join our People Power campaign. Our incredible allies, like we just said, our supporters, volunteers, super volunteers. Will you raise your hand and make some noise? Super volunteers, people who've been volunteering with us for a long time. We see you. Thank you so much for showing up tonight. And for all of you for just braving the weather on a Monday night, dreary Monday night, to be here to hear about what the Dallas Democrats are going to do in the community. So together we can become a guiding light towards the future, a future that can change our county, our state, and our nation. So I just want to reiterate, I'm not the presenter tonight. You'll hear from our presenter in just a moment. But tonight is not about discussing change. We didn't come here to just have another conversation. Tonight is about making it a reality. Who's down to do that? Anybody? All right. This year we can't talk about it. We got to be about it. We have some real challenges facing us, y'all. So we really have to be about it. So whether you're a seasoned activist, organizer, or you're a first-time volunteer, your involvement with us is crucial, right? We're going to call you. We're going to text you. So hopefully you'll answer and stay connected with us. So let's strategize, plan, organize, mobilize, and together we'll turn our shared vision into a collective action. I want to talk to you really quickly about one thing. And I've been sharing this with our team, sharing this with our volunteers and anybody who will listen. This concept of spark, or sparks with an S, sparks. I've been, we got to get a lot of calls and say, hey, what is the county party doing? Or what's your plan? What are you doing? What are Democrats doing? Right. And I think everyone who showed up in this room tonight, you showed up because you are a Democrat, right? You believe in democratic values, right? So you came to hear how you can get involved. And we're asking everybody to just be one spark. I shared with the team that I cannot do this alone as the party chair. It's too much work to ask one person to do, but it takes all of us, myself, the team, volunteers, and all of you here tonight to be a individual spark. So that spark is an acronym. The first S is skilled, right? We want everyone this year to be skilled. Whether you're learning how to block walk, learning how to have a conversation with your neighbors, learning how to have a conversation in a neighborhood that doesn't look like yours, learning how to have a conversation over the phone with people who don't look like you, maybe not have your shared experience. We want you to be skilled in everything that we do. Not only do we want you to be skilled, but we want you to be professional. We don't want anyone to say, hey, I called down to the county party and those folks were just so rude. I tried to get someone who could place me on hold that maybe could speak my language and they hung up on me. We want everybody to be skilled and professional. Not only do we want you to be skilled and professional, but we want you to be adaptable. Things change on the fly. And we know that this year we're just getting started. We're getting started earlier than normal because we know sometimes plans change. Not only do we want you to be adaptable, but we want you to be relational, right? There's a chance, but we're having just a moment to meet somebody who you don't know. And obviously by the first time guests here, there's a lot of people that we don't know. So we want you to be relational and meet somebody new. Also, we want you to be knowledgeable. Beyond being skilled, there's a difference between being skilled and being knowledgeable, right? Right. So we want you to know what you're doing, to study on what you're doing. We have some of our staff in the back who lead van trainings, we have a number of trainings that'll be available to you as well. And we'll talk about those later in the night. So we want you to be knowledgeable. And then also we want you to have the right spirit, right? I think that's important as we talk about democratic values, having the right spirit for the things that we want to fight for. So you'll hear a lot more of this kind of organizing language as we go on tonight. So I'm not the presenter. You'll hear from our presenter in just a moment. What I wanted to really stress to you tonight is that we're going back to community-based organizing, going back to issue-based organizing, and we want all of you to be individual sparks. And when we become individual sparks, we'll set this state and this county on fire, and I'm excited about that. So without further ado, I know you've already eaten, and we're going to jump right into our program. Our presenter tonight is our executive director, Mr. Chris Leal. Give it up for Chris Leal.
Hello, hello. Can you guys, is this a little low? Can we turn the volume up a little bit? All right. Good evening, Dallas Democrats. How are you doing tonight? Thanks for coming out. We are so excited to see this crowd here and to see so many new and familiar faces. We are going to run through sort of how we're looking at the county this year and the opportunities and our plan to capitalize on those opportunities. We'll give you guys a quick overview for how we're looking at those things and our actions. But before we do that, I want to cut to the chase real quick and talk about our two big exciting goals for the year. All right, this year, 2024, we can make history in Dallas County. We can hit 1 million votes countywide for the first time in our history. 1 million votes. We were 81,000 votes shy in 2020. All right, but this year I have a feeling we are going to surpass 1 million votes for the first time. That's right. Give it up for 1 million votes. You have to make some assumptions for the amount of total voters, but that implies a 69% turnout rate for the county. If there's more registered voters, which we had a pretty conservative estimate, then that could be lower. All right, but we're going to hit 1 million votes this year. The other big goal we set for ourselves is out of the 4 big counties in Texas, it's us, Harris, Tarrant, and Bear. We want to be the highest turnout of any of the 4 big counties in Texas. You guys going to help us do that this year? Does anyone in the audience, real quick, I used to be a teacher, so I'm always looking for, questions from the audience. Does anyone know what the number one thing you can do in a campaign to turn people out is? What's the number one thing you can do to affect change in a campaign? Does anyone know? Face-to-face conversations. That's right, at the door, knocking doors, having person-to-person conversations with your friends, your families, strangers. Relational organizing, absolutely. All right. Those things are going to be key to helping us achieve these goals. So let's take a look at the county real quick. All right. Dallas County, we are big. We're the 8th largest county in the United States. We are the 5th youngest metro area in the United States. 5th youngest. A full 50% of our population is under the age of 35 in Dallas County. Yeah, 50%. We're also the 4th most diverse place in the country. All right. So we're big, we're young, and we're diverse. All right. And we are working to make sure that our party and our actions and our voter rolls reflect that. All right. So you've got here the big 4 counties. All right. Dallas, within the state, we're number 2 behind Harris. We've got a population of 2.6 million, about 1.4 million registered voters here in Dallas County. And on average, 2/3 of them are going to vote blue. From an organizing perspective, we're looking at the county into the 4 county commissioner districts. We're going to be hiring 4 organizing managers that'll be tasked with each one of these counties, and they will report up to an organizing director overseeing the entire county. But we're not just looking at the county in terms of county commissioner districts. We're looking at opportunities a couple of different ways. We're looking at opportunities within House districts. All right, when you look at the 2020 turnout, 2 of our lowest turnout House districts were House districts 110 and 100, both in the southern sector. Okay, both in the southern sector. But when you keep those 2 House districts in mind, 110 and 100, and you look at how likely votes are to turn out to be Democrats, 110 and 100, when they turn out, are more likely to be Democrats than any other of the House districts. Okay? So this isn't to say we're just focused on these. We're just trying to show you, this isn't a data dive. We're just trying to show you our logic and how we're approaching opportunities in the county. We want to find target-rich areas, all right? And we can target these areas. We're not just looking at House districts either, okay? House districts are helpful, but we're also looking at this on a precinct level, all right? Now, I know this chart is crazy. There's a lot of dots up here. Just let me explain it really quick, all right? Hang with me. Each of these dots up here is a precinct in Dallas County. Every single precinct is up here. And where they are in this map shows you either how large these precincts are, how small these precincts are, how high they turn out, or how low they turn out. How big, how small, how high their turnout is, or how low their turnout is. All right? Now, most of this you don't need to pay attention to. We're focused mostly on this bottom quadrant right here. What this shows, what all these yellow dots show, these are precincts that are larger than average and have lower than average turnout. Okay, there are 116 precincts here, spread throughout the county, regions, House districts. All right, these are larger than average with lower turnout. So these are target-rich opportunities for us to focus our efforts to really drive the needle in overall turnout, right? Because we have some precincts that have 5,000 people and some precincts that have 1,000 people, all right? So we're really trying to target in, focus in on the biggest targets that we can this year. So what are we going to do about it, right? Let's jump into the last part. All right, our theme for the year, as you guys saw teased on the title slide, is 2024, for the people. The Democratic Party is the party of the people. That used to be their slogan. Everyone used to talk about that. They don't say it as much anymore, but we're trying to bring it back. All right? Democrats are the party of the people. All right? As bad, as terrible as Republican policies are, our identity as a party cannot be tied to the Republicans. All right? Our identity is tied to what we are doing for the people. And our theme this year is going to remind them of that. Okay? Democrats are the party of the people. Democrats fight for the people. All right? Out of all of these issues we care about, housing, economic justice, civil rights, healthcare, public safety, immigration, Democrats are fighting for freedom and prosperity. That's what we're fighting for. Those are words that Republicans like to use, but they don't really have the policies to back them up. Okay? So it's time we take those words back because that's what we're doing here. All right? We are fighting Republican extremism. But again, we're not leading. I mean, we can criticize Republicans all day, but we can't forget to tell them what we're for and what we're doing. Right? Because the path to changing Texas and the United States runs through Dallas County. And a lot of counties want to claim that, but it's really true here in Dallas. Okay? And this year is shaping up to be a huge turnout year for us. Right? It's going to be big. There's a lot of things going on. Presidential year with a contested Senate primary. This is going to be the first time that Trump and Cruz are on the same ballot together. All right? The first time they're on the same ballot together. They've been on ballots recently, separately, and each of those elections have been massive turnout years. This is the first time they were on the same ballot. And then throughout the county, we have a number of contested primaries for different reasons. But, you know, a big one is because Colin leaving and opening up 32. Now we have all these people running for that, a lot of House members running for that, people running for their seats. We have several countywide races contested, half of our congressional districts. There's a number of municipal elections throughout the county, not in the city of Dallas, but elsewhere in the county this year. There's going to be a citywide, for the city of Dallas, campaign to decriminalize marijuana this year. That's right. So a number of these things, all these active campaigns, these are going to be activating people. People are going to be knocking doors, getting signatures for, you know, reaching out. Some of these, like marijuana decriminalization, you know, targeted to people who might not always participate. Maybe the youth vote. Exactly. All right. People are going to be paying attention this year. And we know these competitive primaries are important because if we can engage people in the primary, the data tells us overwhelmingly they're far more likely to turn out and vote in the general election. So engaging these people starts right now, starts in the primary. So let's take a look at what we're calling, this is our infrastructure. Our infrastructure is all of you. Our infrastructure is our precinct chairs, our clubs and allied organizations. Each and every one of you, our super volunteers, our brand new volunteers. Okay. And I think most everyone in here probably knows what a precinct chair is, but if you don't, all right, a precinct chair is like your local neighborhood Democratic, you know, point of contact. All right. They are front lines in those communities. And if you are looking to get involved, your precinct chair is a great first person to reach out to. And if you find out if you don't have a precinct chair, it's a great time to become a precinct chair. Okay. So our precinct chairs are a critical part of our infrastructure. We're fortunate to have such active precinct chairs. It really is, it's sort of an envy across the state when you talk to other folks. They're like, wow, your precinct chairs actually like do stuff. Okay, so we're really thankful to have a great group of precinct chairs here. And on that note, we're excited to be rolling out our new precinct chair program to empower and guide our precinct chairs. All right, we've talked about this program before, but for the first time, we're going to show some details about what that looks like. Okay. This is unprecedented. No other county party in the state of Texas is doing this. All right, we're going to be rolling out real resources to every single precinct in Dallas County. $215 allocated per precinct to be used for organizing expenses. If you're hosting a canvas, you need to buy food, drinks, water, or if you want to send a mass text or something like that, this money will keep these expenses from coming out of your own pocket. You're welcome. We hope you use it well. And if you run out of that, there's going to be an additional pool of $30,000 available. So if precinct chairs run through the money for their own precinct, and maybe they want to collaborate with other precinct chairs to have a larger organizing event, they can submit an application to have those funds covered out of this additional pool as well. Okay, so we're really excited about this. All right. But with these funds, right, come some expectations. First off, these funds are only going to be available in the general election. We hope to roll them out earlier for the primary, but we realize many of our precinct chairs have their own opinions about who their favorite candidate is and host events for their candidates, and we have to be very careful about distributing resources during the primary. We're also asking all of our precinct chairs to hold at least 4 actions per year. All right, ideally, I mean, the best thing that you could do, as we've already talked about, is canvas. Get out there, bring out your neighbors, host an event, buy some pizza, all right, and have them knock doors. But it will also include other things, you know, like other forms of organizing, you know, mailers, text messages, if you're sending emails and things like that. But, you know, really the emphasis is on canvassing. And we're going to have a precinct chair scorecard, all right? I used to be a teacher. We're going to give some grades out, all right? I'll talk about how those grades will be calculated, but we're also going to be recognizing the most improved precincts within each House district at the end of the year. The precinct chair that has the highest turnout in their precinct over the 2020 election, all right, will get a recognition. So let's take a look at how, and we didn't want to get too in the weeds in this, but we know that if we tell precinct chairs we're going to start calculating a grade, we had to tell them how we're going to do it. And it's going to come from a quarter of the total turnout in your precinct, and a quarter of it is going to come from the improvement in turnout in your precinct. So that way, you know, not all precincts are the same, as we know. You know, socioeconomic factors drive a lot of performance in these precincts. Some are naturally very high, some are naturally very low. So you get some credit, you know, based on that natural element. You're going to get credit based on how well you can drive turnout in your precinct. 25% is going to come from those 4 annual actions we're asking you to do. And the other 25% is from attendance at things like our CEC events or our party events like the one you're at right now. Okay. Just trying to keep track, trying to add some structure to this because we have a great stable of precinct chairs here, and we want to make sure that we're empowering everyone and getting everyone on the right track. The other part of our infrastructure here is our club and our allied organizations. Right? Dallas County is fortunate to have a great array of Democratic clubs and allied organizations. And we're stronger together. We can maximize, that's right. Clap for stronger together. We can maximize our leverage the more that we align. All right? We really are. This is something else that we hear. People in Tarrant and other neighboring counties are like, wow, you know, or candidates running campaigns in other counties. They're like, wow, it's great to be in Dallas because we have so many great clubs that we can plug into that are already doing work. All right, so we're looking to also have more cross collaboration, both between the party and our clubs and within our clubs. All right, we would like our clubs to co-host one of our block walks this year and one of our phone banks. And we as the party, we would like to co-host and sponsor more of the club events that you guys have. But we're also looking for more social media collaboration. And by that I mean, you know, we want to use our platform to leverage your voice. If an individual club or an allied organization is promoting an event, we want to be better about promoting your events and sending traffic your way, leveraging our platform for you. And we would like you to do the same for us, to share our events and drive people our way. We would like to work together more closely, especially in such a big year like 2024. And the last part of the infrastructure piece is you, each and every one of you, regardless if you're in a club or not. Each and every one of you has a role to play. We're asking more from everyone this year because the opportunity in Dallas is real and it's unique. So talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends, families, join a club, sign up to be a precinct chair. Knock doors this year. Go talk to people. All right, those person-to-person conversations are what's going to move mountains in an election. So what are we doing? Let's take a look at our outreach plan. This is for the primary. This is through the March 5th election. We're going to have 14 canvases, basically for the next Saturday and Sunday until March 5th. We have direct voter contact of 21,000. We're going to have 14 volunteer events. That includes trainings, events like this. It's going to include voter education, town halls that we're scheduling. All right, we're going to be active. We're looking to send 150,000 text messages. And we're going to have a year-round digital campaign. And we're targeting 750,000 impressions between now in the March 5th election, okay? And in a minute, we're going to ask each of you to help us execute on these. So again, as we saw at the top, our big guiding turnout goals for the year, 1 million votes this year in Dallas County. We're going to do it. And we're going to be the highest turnout county of the big 4 counties in Texas. Okay. Yeah, 1 million plus, exactly right. Okay. Because the power here in Dallas County is real. All right. And if, you know, the best example for how powerful we are here in Dallas County, if we choose to be, is when you look at that 2018 election, Beto lost to Ted Cruz by 215,000 votes statewide. 215,000 across the state. Meanwhile, in Dallas County in 2022, we had 800,000 registered voters who did not go vote. And we know about, on average, 2/3 of them are going to vote Democrat. So we're not joking here when we say we really do have the power to move the needle statewide, and Texas, as we already know, has the power to move the needle countrywide. Okay. But how do we do that? How are we going to turn out 1 million votes for the first time? How are we going to activate those 800,000 registered voters who didn't come out in the 22 cycle? It's going to take each and every one of you. We're going to have to get out there and knock doors. We're going to have these conversations. We're going to have to use relational organizing. We're going to have these person-to-person conversations. Okay. And so in a minute, we're going to ask each of you to help us with this plan. All right. It's one thing to want Democrats to win, but it's another thing to actually try to make it happen. All right. We need each and every one of you. We're going to need you. You know, we're going to need precinct chairs. We're going to need clubs. We're going to need you, your friends, your enemies. We're going to need every single person to get out there and organize this year. All right. So I'd like to show you now our schedule, our calendar of canvases that we're going to have this year for every Saturday and Sunday throughout March 5th. All right. So what we need now is I need each of you to stand up. I need, if you can commit, who can commit right now to signing up for at least one of these block walks through March 5. All right. We're going to sit here and wait. It's going to get awkward. Please stand up. At least 2. 2 is our goal. Stand up if you could commit right now to knocking on doors and help us turn out 1 million votes for the first time in Dallas County this year. Excellent. Excellent. I'm much less embarrassed than I thought I would be. All right. In the back of the room, we have a group of people. Wave your hands, please. We have a whole team of people back there that will help you sign up. Right here, we just put the region, but back there, they will tell you specifically where these block walks are happening, what parks, what neighborhoods. All right. So please make your way to the back. All right. We've got some time. Make your way to the back. Go sign up with our staff back there. They've got these sheets. You got, yeah. If you're standing, walk to, yeah, right now. We're breaking up this presentation. Go to the back and sign up. They're waving you down. They're ready for you. Yes. What? Yeah, Southwest, Southeast. By the way, when we say places like Southeast, we're talking about, we're talking about Mesquite. We're talking about Oak Cliff. The Southwest is Oak Cliff. I mean, most of these are southern sectors. Southwest, Southeast. Yeah, they're in South Dallas. I mean, most of those, as we said, when we looked at House Districts 100, House Districts 110, and also House District 113, which also obviously goes up to the east side. But those have the most of those target precincts that we have there. Most of these are active. We're going to start. The first one will be in HD 100. Again, in the back, if you tell them what house district you want, we have it. It's just too much data to put on one slide. We have it, whether you want Pleasant Grove, whether you want Oak Cliff, whether you want Irving, whether you want Garland, whether you want Mesquite, whether you want Pleasant Grove. All right, we have block walks in each of those. They have the specific parks for you guys to get active in. We've covered the whole map here. Yes, please. Yes, please. All right, so please sign up in the back. We're going to give you guys some time to sign up, but don't leave just yet. Our chair, Kardal Coleman, is going to come up with some closing words, very brief closing words in just a moment. Yes. We can tell you. We have a list on our website, but if you're curious, hey, I might want to be a precinct chair. Do I have one? Call the party. We'll help you out. But we do have a list on our website as well. Okay. Yes. Those 50% of the population that's under 35. Yeah, we're going to be targeting youth vote. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I'm really focused on that. As a former teacher myself, I know that's where the opportunity is. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. I just did. I said we could. Guys, we'll give you guys 4 or 5 minutes to go ahead to the back. We'll give you guys some time to go sign up. And then Kardal will come in, make some closing statements. We'll be open for questions if you guys have questions. Yes, we are going to have lit available. We just sent it to the printer today. It's beautiful. It's going to be issues based. Get out the vote. Exactly. Voter and registration dates on there. We've never been this active this early in the year. Guys, we've never been this active this early in the year. We're very excited. Yeah. Great. For Battleground? Good. Oh, yeah, for the decriminalization campaign, right? Oh, that's ground game. That's ground game. Sorry. Yeah, yeah. Good, good. That's awesome. I'm excited. Yeah. I taught middle school at Longfellow Middle School. It's a magnet school at like Lovers and Inwood. Yeah. Taught 7th and 8th grade. It was fun. Yeah. Yeah.
And like that, you have college kids lined up to help out, you know, TCU kids, UT Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be targeting the youth vote pretty heavily. It's kind of harder to target a campus there because there's a lot of commuter schools, right? Like, you know, they're not even registered to vote there. They go to school there. So those will be a little different approach. Like we'll have to be active on the college campus, like during that. But that's also a big part of what our digital program is going to be focused on. Yeah, targeting them where we know they meet people where they are. You know,
I mean, are we going to have, you know, people on campus?
Yeah, exactly. We're going to be on campus talking to votes, registered voters. It's just not a traditional campus because you got to catch them while they're going to school. You know.
Quick question.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember me.
Guys, we're just going to wait another couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes or so, and then we'll wrap up this presentation. We just want to give folks a chance to make it to the back of the room and sign up. All right, guys, we're about to get started. Just a couple more minutes. We'll let everyone in the back finish. I mean, I just don't want to cut off them signing up in the back. Really.
All right. It looks like the lines have died down just a little bit. If I could have everyone's attention, please. If I could have everyone's attention, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. It looks like the lines have died down just a little bit. Are we good to go in the back? All right. Thank you all so much for participating tonight and for signing up, right? You've seen our presentation. You've heard our plan. You know what we're thinking and kind of the demographics that we want to tackle this election cycle. If I could have the attention, please, here at the front as well. So you've seen our plans. You know what we want to do. You know, and you've even signed up, right? I was joking with the team. I tell them all this all the time. I shared this bit about myself. I'm a 5th generation preacher's kid, so that was our altar call, right? We had to give you a quick invitation. And in the form of any good Baptist minister, we can't just do altar call. We got to have a little call and response in this as well. So I want to do a quick chant just to wake us up a little bit. I'm going to teach you a quick organizing chant. The chant goes like this: fired up, ready to work. 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 Thank y'all so much for participating. Look, so hopefully you heard something tonight that resonated with you. Maybe it was our issue-based organizing message around housing as a basic human right. Come on, we live in a housing crisis in the city of Dallas, right? Maybe it was a message around public safety, specifically gun safety. Economic justice, we need good quality jobs. We deserve dignity as workers. Maybe it was affordable and quality health care because women deserve autonomy over their own bodies. Maybe it was protecting our democracy and our voting rights. Maybe it was holding elected officials accountable to the things that they say that they're going to do for us. Or maybe it's environmental justice, living in a city like Dallas where kids suffer from asthma because of air quality, right? We have a lot of work to do. And, you know, maybe it was a chance to do direct voter contact tonight, or maybe it was a chance to do direct voter contact, or all of these actions collectively. right? Maybe it's a little daunting to say, this is my first day here. I just kind of want to sit back and see what's going on, hear the message. Or maybe you just want to partner up with somebody in the precinct next to you, meet somebody you don't know. But there's something for all of us to do. Like we talked about before, people ask us all the time when we hear it, we get phone calls, we get asked when we're in person, what is the party doing, right? Now, the truth is we can't do this work alone. I can't do it alone. The team can't do it alone. And so it's going to take all of us collectively. We're all, like we mentioned earlier, just one spark. But when we all get together, we set this thing on fire. So hopefully we'll come together and set this state on fire, set Dallas County on fire. We saw a picture of Beto O'Rourke tonight, and we love him. I heard he'll be in town this weekend. Hopefully he'll knock some doors with us. But look, one candidate is not going to save us. I'm going to say that again. One candidate is not going to save us. With this last election cycle, this election cycle up and down the ballot, there's no one candidate that's going to save us, right? We are entire room on their back. We have to fuel them. This is from the bottom up. This is a grassroots effort, right? And so we want you all to stay with us. And a lot of you who signed up tonight, we'll be able to contact you. But there were some folks who decided to stay put. And there's things for you to do as well. If you're not into knocking on doors, if you're not quite ready to have those conversations on doors, if you're not physically able to do that, we have other actions that you'll be able to do. And you'll get a phone call and a follow-up email from our team this week, right? I heard somebody say it's cold. We walk when it's cold and we walk when it's not. We walk when it's hot, right? And if you're not able or willing to join that effort, we'll have something for you to do. Catherine, we heard people on the way in say, hey, can I just answer a phone at the party office? Sure you can, right? Can I write a postcard? Can I join your digital social media team? Sure you can, right? There's going to be a lot of things that you can do for us that are not block walking. And we prioritize that, right? Want to make that clear. That is the best way to talk to people is to block walk, to meet people exactly where they are, right? So we have to get out in the community. But as we do that, there'll be other avenues to connect with us and to reach people. Cool. We have 97 signups for block walks. We're 3 shy away from 100. 3 shy away from 100. Y'all shouldn't have told me that. Here's my call and response again. 3 shy away from 100. Do we have one person? That's 1. Can we get 2 more? Anybody willing to block walk? I will block walk with you. This last 3, I will block walk with you. All right. Thank y'all so much. That warms my heart. Are you signing up as well? Okay, we're going to get to that in just 1 second. All right, so we want to thank y'all for doing that. Not only we have the opportunities for the individuals who are signing up in the back, but also the ones who have not signed up. Thank you for connecting with us. We want you to stay informed. If you have a smartphone or if you have the ability to follow us on any one of our social media platforms, we'd like for you to do that right now. We are on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok. We have everything. YouTube. We are Dallas Democrats. Just Dallas Democrats on all of those platforms. So if you could follow us right now. And as you're doing that, for the ones who are not, I'm going to ask you to look up real quick and we're going to take a selfie. And then you will see us all together on all of those platforms. Just repeat after me. Fired up, ready to work. All right, we got you. Our comms team said do a vertical. All right, one more. I think I'm barely in there. This is just y'all. All right, one more. Fired up, ready to work. All right, that's it, y'all. All right, so thank you for following us on social media. We hope that you will stay involved. Lastly, an action that I have to always ask, because it's so important. We can't do events like this. We can't have food and rent beautiful places like this if we don't fund our movement, right? everything cost, right? So we're asking you to fund our movement. There's a chance to make a donation in the back. Every dollar counts. We're asking for sustaining donors as well. The average monthly donor for us is $26 a month. So not too much. $26 a month is our average monthly sustaining donor, and that helps us tremendously. So every dollar counts, right? So if you can, please become a sustaining donor tonight. You can do that in the back of the room. So Dallas Democrats. Okay, so Facebook Dallas County Democrats. Thank you. Yes, Dallas County Democratic Party on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Dallas Democrats. Dallas Democrats. We do have a thread, so we have something for everybody. Okay. This concludes our program. I will be here. Chris will be here. Jasmin will be here. If there's anyone who has questions, we'll be here at the bottom of the stage, ready to answer any questions that you all have tonight. We want to meet all of you. Everyone who is their first time, please come say hello. I'll be standing by the door to hopefully catch all of you before you leave, but I want to say hello to all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Let's become sparks. Let's light this state on fire. Let's light this county on fire, and then we'll see you knocking doors. Have a good night.